Thokozani, welcome to another great and exciting episode of GMTV. Of course, I'm your host, Os Refilwe, popularly known as Gogo Moyo. Today, we're going to be talking about the important hashtag called #Litlockdown. Today, especially, we focus on self-care. Stay tuned. Before we get into it, please remember to be a part of the notification gang. You need to hit the subscribe button below as well as the bell icon. Ungaphuthelwa, we have really exciting videos coming up for you. Dumelang, as part of the Litlockdown hashtag, today we're focusing mainly on self-care. I ran a series in the past couple of weeks where I was talking about different facets and different ways of how you can claim back your power and be the one who initiates how you self-care, and also get the tools and the guidance of exactly the measurements and the when and the how to avoid all the confusion. I really appreciated the feedback that I got from all of you in the comment section. Thank you so much. I may not get the time to get to the comments, but I certainly do read them. To prove that, I'm going to be answering your questions today. Before we jump into them, I would most certainly like to appreciate the word of kindness that you leave for me and how all these videos impact and change your lives along your journey. The reason I make the videos is because I needed the help. So if there's a person who can use them and finds great help and a way forward from them, then my work here is done. There is someone here called Uputi who is saying, Thokoza Gogo, is it safe to phalaza when breastfeeding? Someone else also asked about ungaphalaza now when you are pregnant, and I would like to briefly answer that question. Uphalaza is not used or recommended for people basatwele, you know, in terms of bayateta or just having had a child. You avoid it because you have to allow your body the natural process that it has to go through, as well as not try to influence it, because our body naturally knows how to self-heal. So only after you have finished your process of giving birth or carrying your child and enjoying the experience of being a mother, then only then are you able to jump back and uphalaza. But for as long as you're pregnant or while you're breastfeeding, I would ask that you avoid it. At least when you see that your child is almost done breastfeeding and starting to eat the formulas and your milk and other milk, then I would prefer then would be a better time to allow for that to happen, but not prematurely. Please allow the processes to remain as they are without us having to influence them. The next question we got from a guy called Usbusiso, and he is saying, Thokoza Gogo, I just want to ask if unabantu abadala, do you have the right to burn impepho or not? Thank you. Thanks, Moo, for your question. I think this is a very important question because impepho is not used willy-nilly by anyone and everyone. For instance, impande yethu yamajoy. Some people they believe in the notion of asishisi impepho, especially at ceremonies. Maybe perhaps at a specific time when something else is going on. Also in some families, other families abashisi impepho. And also there's an importance of a designated person who is in charge or leading and hosting imisebenzi yasendlini. And that person will then be the one that's allowed to facilitate the process of ukushisa impepho. So in my response to your question, after having said that, is that you don't have to have abantu abadala. But besides, the point is, sonke sinabantu abadala. It's just that they don't all lead us to take upon their work or ask us a demanding job, much like uktwasa. So yes, ungashisa impepho for amadlozi wagini, even if you don't have a calling upon your life to become a healer. The next question we got, especially from our essential oils video, is a question from a lady called Vusamazulu, and she says, "Thokoza Gogo, but where can we buy these oils?" Guys, the internet honestly is your friend. As easily as it was to find me after doing much research because you had hang-ups over a certain conversation, eventually my name popped up as a suggestion and that's how you found me. So what I mean by that is don't be shy to do the work, use and leverage the internet as it is to find the help and the solutions that you need for your life. Otherwise, you can go to stores like Discoms, pharmacies also have them, even convenience stores. I bought mine from Take-A-Lot. They actually had a package that was going at a certainly affordable rate, and that's how I bought my first box of essential oils. There were 10 of them in there, so I found that it was a great treat, especially being introduced into essential oils. But that's essentially where I bought my essential oils from. And all the different uses, again, besides going back to the video where I spoke about essential oils, you can also go up onto the net and search and research. Look for whatever it is that you're looking for. I'm pretty sure it's looking for you. Why did I focus on a self-care video or series? Because it takes a lot to make up a person, especially to be balanced, mind, body, and soul. So I have to teach you about the things that you don't know yet about yourself. Depending on what level you are on your journey, then it depends on the kind of influence and the help and the guidance that you need. Most importantly today, I want to talk about recognizing the people that put you on. Whether it's on a social media platform and someone talks about a conversation candidly, and you find that, hey, I'm actually going through the same thing. It was brave of the person to put it out there in the first place, especially knowing how vicious social media can be. So take your time to thank somebody for the efforts they have gone through to feed you with the information that you need, especially to affirm and confirm the things that are going on with you. Also, I'd like to talk about the relationships we keep with izangoma zethu, our light healers, our prophets, people we hold near and dear to our hearts. Do you ever stop to actually go back and thank them? Because firstly, by the time you go to them, everything is a mess, in disarray. You are very hopeful that this person, if anything, you say, you better fix this. Isn't that the attitude? So once your things come right and everything has a stillness to it and the energies are restored, make it a point to go out of your way to go back and say thank you. Not everything needs to be accompanied with a gift, but I swear, a simple thank you goes a long way, because you also don't know the challenges that person had to go through to help you along your journey. As Usangoma, I won't always tell you about the dangers of the things that I go through just to bring your family into a good space. But I know because I've been taught. I have been initiated to know how to handle the situation. So I know what I need to know. So I don't have to make it known to you just for you to get to the extent of what I had to go through. Always understand that for you to go forward, you have to look back. So for you to understand and appreciate the steps and the leaps that you've taken in bounds, there's someone who thought it important to give you the best quality, to care about your well-being, to make sure that you don't waste your time. And when they didn't know, they said they didn't know. That does not show weakness. If anything, it's a respectable quality, because this person could have sent you on a wild goose chase, eventually sucking you dry of your last pennies. But it takes a person who has values and morals to let you know that mntana sekhaya la kulangiphelela khona kungcono ngokudlulisela kumntana wethu wasemadlozini naye angakwazi ukuthi akusize. That's important. And also, from a healer to healer perspective, always know that this is where I reach. I have a friend who specializes in headaches. I don't even have to think about it. Than for me to go wreck my brain and jeopardize your health, I would rather Thokoza gogo, khona isigulane esifikile lana. Ngicela kumthumela kuwe. I'm not asking what they are using. I'm asking to pass them on. Much like mabafuna umuntu ozobethela, ozolela neyipoko neyilwane, they know exactly who to call. Because wonke umuntu has a strong hand in something. Otherwise, a jack of all trades eventually becomes a master of none. Today, it's with great sadness, but also quite exciting emotions that I go through, because a lot of who I am was shaped by the teachings of this individual. This person dedicated their whole entire life to teaching us about us. This person prophesied about the different things that would be going on in the world as well as our home soil. He didn't cower. He decided to be brave, weathered all storms, even if the community he lived in decided to burn his home because they could not understand the level at which he was talking. They were fearful, understandably so, because not all people that you can speak to can understand the level of what you're talking about. You need to be spiritually inclined and have a third eye awoken for you to understand a lot of his teachings. Today, I would like to pay credit and tribute to a very profound and renowned healer, Baba Credo Vusamazulu Mutwa. I am the person I am because his teachings trickle down from healer to healer, from Gobela to Gobela, eventually shaping the person I am today. He made it easier for me to find this medium and this platform to talk about the things I talk about today, so confidently and feeling like I'm a queen within my right. I don't feel like I need to motivate why I need to use this platform. I don't need to motivate why I can be a proud Sangoma walking the streets of my home soil. He paved the way. He made sure that he did it for everyone. The world knew him. The world knew him. I'm sure he didn't remember half the people that he met, but the world knew him. That's impact. It speaks to the both of us, both you and I. Because what legacy are we leaving today? What paving are we leaving for other people to comfortably tread while they make history upon history? Thank you to the Mutwa family for sacrificing their dad as well as their husband to us, people that probably weren't even deserving, because some of us didn't even get half of his teachings. He made sure to leave monuments, to make statues that depicted and showed the level of his understanding of the things that were coming. Today, I hope you and I can be able to preserve all that he has left and taught us. To tell you a very interesting point and fact about Ubaba, he was born in 1921. A few years before then, according to his father, he had just lost his wife and a few of his children to an influenza pandemic that had swept through South Africa, especially in 1918 and 1919. I don't find it ironic, nor is it coincidental that Ubaba checked out shortly, or rather in the midst of us suffering and battling the very same pandemic. When people say history repeats itself, I believe Ubaba was trying to avoid the very same thing. He couldn't have died from the same thing that had taken part of his family that he never got to meet, that made his father become a widower. At least he had 3 surviving children who could be able to tell him about the mother that they had lost in the previous relationship. Ubaba Vusamazulu was a Zulu Sangoma traditional healer, also a Sanusi from South Africa. He was known as an author of books that draw upon African methodology, traditional Zulu folklore, and extraterrestrial encounters, and his own personal encounters. His last work from his graphic novel called The Tree of Life trilogy, based on his writings and his most famous book, Indaba My Children. Credo called himself a Sanusi, which is a type of Zulu diviner or Sangoma. The term stems from a more historic time, and it is not widely used today, even in a traditional setting. Credo lived with his wife Virginia in Kuruman, where he ran a hospice clinic. Baba, siyabonga for the life you lived and the beautiful and vast pieces of information that you planted in each and every one of us. I'm pretty sure I myself have a copy of my own. Thank you. That's it from me. And please, do make sure to catch up on my self-care series where I talk about salts, essential oils, ukupalaza, as well as the relationships we keep with our friends and family. Follow the link and be able to know what it is we're talking about today. Thank you for tuning in. Thokozani.